Hi, it's Sue with today's Bible reading for February 10th, and I'm reading Leviticus 26 to 27. It's the last reading for this book of Leviticus, the last two chapters. Yay, another book down, 3 down, 63 to go. And granted, some of them are much, much, much shorter than this book. So this one was 10 readings in all, 10 days reading. Some of them you can do 2 in one day. So moving right along, it's still only the beginning part of February, right? Chapter 26, verse 1. You shall make for yourselves no idols. You shall not raise up a carved image or a pillar, and you shall not place any figure stone in your land to bow down to it, for I am Yahweh your God. You shall keep my Sabbaths and have reverence for my sanctuary. I am Yahweh. If you walk in my statutes and keep my commandments and do them, then I will give you your rains in season, and the land shall yield its increase, and the trees of the field shall yield their fruit. Your threshing shall continue until the vintage, and the vintage shall continue until the sowing time. You shall eat your bread to the full and dwell in your land safely. I will give peace in the land, and you shall lie down, and no one will make you afraid. I will remove evil animals out of the land, neither shall the sword go through your land. You shall chase your enemies, and they shall fall before your sword. 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 shall chase 10,000, and your enemies shall fall before you by the sword. I will have respect for you, make you fruitful, multiply you, and will establish my covenant with you. You shall eat old supplies long kept, and you shall move out the old because of the new. I will set my tent among you, and my soul won't abhor you. I will walk among you, and will be your God, and you will be my people. I am Yahweh your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, that you should not be their slaves. I have broken the bars of your yoke and made you walk upright. That's what he did for me. I got to read that again. I am Yahweh your God, who brought you up out of the land of Egypt, that you should not be their slaves. I have broken the bars of your yoke and made you walk upright. But if you will not listen to me and will not do all these commandments, and if you shall reject my statutes, and if your soul abhors my ordinances, so that you will not do all my commandments, but break my covenant, I also will do this to you. I will appoint terror over you, even consumption and fever, that shall consume the eyes and make the soul to pine away. You will sow seed in vain, and your enemies will eat it. I will set my face against you, and you will be struck before your enemies. Those who hate you will rule over you, and you will flee when no one pursues you. If you, in spite of these things, will not listen to me, then I will chastise you 7 times more for your sins. I will break the pride of your power, and will make your sky like iron and your soil like bronze. Your strength will be spent in vain, for your land won't yield its increase, neither will the trees of the land yield their fruit. If you walk contrary to me and won't listen to me, then I will bring 7 times more plagues on you according to your sins. I will send the wild animals among you, which will rob you of your children, destroy your livestock, and make you few in number. Your roads will become desolate. If by these things you won't be turned back to me, but will walk contrary to me, then I also will walk contrary to you, and I will strike you, even I 7 times for your sins. I will bring a sword upon you that will execute the vengeance of the covenant. You will be gathered together within your cities, and I will send the pestilence among you. You will be delivered into the hand of the enemy. When I break your staff of bread, 10 women shall bake your bread in one oven, and they shall deliver your bread again by weight. You shall eat and not be satisfied. If you, in spite of this, won't listen to me, but walk contrary to me, then I will walk contrary to you in wrath. I will also chastise you 7 times for your sins. You will eat the flesh of your sons, and you will eat the flesh of your daughters. I will destroy your high places and cut down your incense altars and cast your dead bodies upon the bodies of your idols, and my soul will abhor you. I will lay your cities waste and will bring sanctuaries to desolation. I will not take delight in the sweet fragrance of your offerings. I will bring the land into desolation, and your enemies who dwell in it will be astonished at it. I will scatter you among the nations, and I will draw out the sword after you. Your land will be a desolation, and your cities shall be a waste. Then the land will enjoy its Sabbaths as long as it lies desolate, and you are in your enemy's land. Even then the land will rest and enjoy its Sabbaths. As long as it lies desolate, it shall have rest, even the rest which it didn't have in your Sabbaths when you lived on it. And that's what happened when Israel went into exile. Isn't that correct? When they went into their Babylonian exile, the land had its time of rest. Verse 36, as for those of you who are left, and if you don't know that part, we're going to get to it. If you're new to Bible reading, we're going to get there. That's, you see that further down in the books of the prophets and other parts. Verse 36, as for those of you who are left, I will send a faintness into their hearts in the lands of their enemies. The sound of a driven leaf will put them to flight, and they shall flee, as one flees from the sword. They will fall when no one pursues. They will stumble over one another, as it were before the sword when no one pursues. You will have no power to stand before your enemies. You will perish among the nations. The land of your enemies will eat you up. Those of you who are left will pine away in their iniquity in your enemies' lands, and also in the iniquities of their fathers. They shall pine with them. If they confess their iniquity and the iniquity of their fathers and their trespasses which they trespassed against me, and also that because they walked contrary to me, I also walked contrary to them and brought them into the land of their enemies. If then their uncircumcised heart is humbled, and they then accept the punishment of their iniquity, then I will remember my covenant with Jacob, my covenant with Isaac, and also my covenant with Abraham, and I will remember the land. Now, do you see what's happening here? It's free will. He's saying if you choose, it's whatever you choose. If you choose to be humble and choose to accept what I'm offering to you, fine. It's just a matter of choice. It's just that simple. Verse 43, the land also will be left by them and will enjoy its Sabbaths while it lies desolate without them, and they will accept the punishment of their iniquity because they rejected my ordinances, and their soul abhorred my statutes. Yet for all that, when they're in the land of their enemies, I will not reject them, neither will I abhor them, to destroy them utterly and to break my covenant with them. For I am Yahweh their God. This is seen in something as simple as dealing with a little toddler. They can say, I'm hungry, and you offer them food, and they say no and turn away. And you're thinking, okay, I'm offering to you, it's your choice to take this great food. They may think to themselves, that doesn't look as good as the cookie I want, or whatever reason little toddlers get in their head. But, here the parent is offering this delicious, scrumptious food and also has a warm hug waiting with it and, a nice comfy bed and all that. And the toddler stubbornly turns away. It's a matter of choice. You can kind of see that here, that aspect of human nature. He said, I will, for their sake, remember the covenant of the... Let me back up just a little bit. No, that's good. Verse 45, but I will, for their sake, remember the covenant of their ancestors, whom I brought out of the land of Egypt in the sight of the nations, that I might be their God. I am Yahweh. These are the statutes, ordinances, and laws which Yahweh made between him and the children of Israel in Mount Sinai by Moses. Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, speak to the children of Israel and say to them, when a man consecrates a person to Yahweh in a vow, according to your valuation of a male from 20 years old to 60 years old shall be 50 shekels of silver according to the shekel of the sanctuary. If she is a female, then your valuation shall be 30 shekels. If the person is from 5 years old to 20 years old, then your valuation shall be for a male 20 shekels and for a female 10 shekels. If the person is from a month old to 5 years old, then your valuation shall be for a male 5 shekels of silver, and for a female your valuation shall be 3 shekels of silver. If the person is from 60 years old and upward, if he is male, then your valuation shall be 15 shekels, and for a female 10 shekels. But if he is poorer than your valuation, then he shall set before the priest, and the priest shall assign a value to him. The priest shall assign a value according to his ability to pay. If it is an animal of which men offer an offering to Yahweh, all that any man gives of such to Yahweh becomes holy. He shall not alter it nor exchange it, a good for a bad or a bad for a good. If he shall at all exchange animal for animal, then both it and that for which it is exchanged shall be holy. If it is any unclean animal of which they do not offer as an offering to Yahweh, then he shall set the animal before the priest, and the priest shall evaluate it whether it is good or bad. As the priest evaluates it, so it shall be. But if he will indeed redeem it, then he shall add the 5th part of it to its valuation. When a man dedicates his house to be holy to Yahweh, then the priest shall evaluate it whether it is good or bad. As the priest evaluates it, so shall it stand. If he who dedicates it will redeem his house, then he shall add the 5th part of the money of your valuation to it, and it shall be his. If a man dedicates to Yahweh part of the field of his possession, then your valuation shall be according to the seed for it. The sowing of a homer, which, let me see what that is. A homer is about 220 liters or 6 bushels. That's a lot to me. I pictured it being smaller. So it says the sowing of a homer of barley shall be valued at 50 shekels of silver. If he dedicates his field from the year of Jubilee, according to your valuation, it shall stand. Let's see what 50 shekels of silver is for those that are wondering. All right, it says a shekel is 10 grams or 3.5 ounces. So 50 shekels times 10, so it's 500 grams. For, what did I say, 200 some odd liters. Verse 17, if he dedicates his field according to the year of Jubilee, according to your valuation, it shall stand. But if he dedicates his field after the Jubilee, then the priest shall reckon to him the money according to the years that remain to the year of Jubilee, and an abatement shall be made from your evaluation. If he who dedicated the field will indeed redeem it, then he shall add the fifth part of the money to your valuation, and it shall remain his. If he will not redeem the field, or if he has sold the field to another man, it shall not be redeemed any more. But the field, when it goes out in the Jubilee, shall be holy to Yahweh as a devoted field. It shall be owned by the priest. If he dedicates a field to Yahweh, which he has bought, which is not of the field of his possession, then the priest shall reckon to him the worth of your valuation up to the year of Jubilee, and he shall give your valuation on that day as a holy thing to Yahweh. In the year of Jubilee, the field shall return to him from whom it was bought, even to him to whom possession of the land belongs. All your valuation shall be according to the shekel of the sanctuary, 20 gerahs to the shekel. Now, I'm going to look up this last unit measure. So a gerah is half a gram or 7.7 grains. So that's 10 grams to the shekel. For those you number people out there that are curious. I think that it's the New Living Translation actually gives the modern measurements. It makes it enjoyable to read because you can picture it. You don't have to stop and look it up. This one that I'm reading from just has a footnote for it. All right, verse 26. However, the firstborn among animals, which belongs to Yahweh, as a firstborn, no man may dedicate, whether an ox or a sheep. It is Yahweh's. If it is an unclean animal, then he shall buy it back according to your valuation and shall add to it the fifth part of it. Or if it isn't redeemed, then it shall be sold according to your valuation. Now, see, this is kind of meaningless to us in this day, but in that day, the land and the animals was what they had. That was their wealth. And that was their survival, right? And so I guess when, even like the portions of land that were dedicated, the priests had them for part of the Jubilee, they would grow their crops or do whatever they did, and then, or maybe graze their animals and then give it back. So they had use of it to produce something from the land during that time period. Verse 20, and that was valuable to them. That's what I'm trying to say. It had great value. Verse 29, no one devoted to destruction who shall be devoted from among men shall be ransomed. He shall surely be put to death. All the tithe of the land, whether of the seed of the land or the fruit of the trees, is Yahweh's. It is holy to Yahweh. If a man redeems anything of his tithe, he shall add a fifth part to it. All the tithe of the herds or the flocks, whatever passes under the rod, the 10th shall be holy to Yahweh. He shall not examine whether it is good or bad, neither shall he exchange it. If he exchanges it at all, then both it and that for which it is exchanged shall be holy. It shall not be redeemed. These are the commandments which Yahweh commanded Moses for the children of Israel on Mount Sinai. That's it for today's reading. Thanks for spending some time with me in the Word. Please feel free to comment your thoughts or email me. There's an email address in the description, and you can also request your free one-year Bible there. So that's it. Until next time, shalom.